Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of New York. We're currently in the city of Albany. Today we're going to be doing a driving tour of downtown Albany, New York. It's 76 degrees outside. We're at the intersection of Broadway and Hudson. On our right-hand side, it looks like we have a university. It looks like a college. We have the bus on our left-hand side. That's the public transportation. It's a blue bus. That's the CDTA. On our left, sharp left, you guys can't see it, but it's off screen. There's a pretty cool mural of some guy in a pinstripe suit painting a heart. Okay, so we're going to continue moving forward past State Street. And then we're just going to zigzag through the downtown area. We don't have a specific point of destination. We're just going to randomly travel around. Let's make this left-hand turn. We're on Pine, making this left-hand turn on Pine, coming off of Broadway and Pine. We just passed Jim D. Napoli Park on our left-hand side. We're passing James Street. Let's make this left on James Street. Looks like a little tiny block. There's a little park on our left-hand side. I like the narrow nature of this block. Has that big city feel, although it is a small city. We just passed Bombshell Hair and Beauty on our left-hand side. It's a salon. So for those of you who don't know, Albany is the capital city of New York State. Downtown's huge Empire State Plaza has reflecting pools, an art-filled underground shopping concourse, and the Egg, a striking performing arts center. The plaza is bookended by the 1800s New York State Capitol and the New York State Museum, focusing on natural and cultural history. The Albany Institute of History and Art is famed for its Hudson River School paintings. Let's continue to move forward. On our left-hand side, we have a pretty awesome-looking bank, National Commercial Bank. National Commercial Bank. We're here at the intersection of State and James Street. Let's make this right-hand turn. Directly in front of us, we have Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott. Let's make this right-hand turn. On our left-hand side, we have a M&T Bank. We have a Bank of America on our right-hand side. We're at Pearl and State. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. We're passing a Subway. There's a Subway on our right-hand side. We have another one of their buses. Visit www.cdta.org to learn more about their buses. And it looks like they probably had more bus stops on our right. We're passing Maiden Lane. We're at the intersection of Pearl and Maiden Lane. We're going to go up another handful of blocks before we make a left and come right back down. We have Pearl Street Diner on our left-hand side and European Tailoring and Alterations. Alteration Consignment, Dry Cleaning, and more. On our right-hand side, we have GTM Payroll Services, Optique Boutique, and a bunch of these random particles flying everywhere. So I'm going to roll up the windows. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner. I don't want to breathe any of that stuff in. Check out these buildings on my left, the reddish ones. We have Steuben Street Market on our left-hand side. But right here on our left, look at the Skinny Pancake. There's a little pancake spot called the Skinny Pancake. I'm more interested in the second floor up, the red stones, the red bricks, the crowns. I see the Kenmore building. Must have been owned by the Kenmores. Oh, wow, it looks like it was a theater. The little awning that's over the Kenmore, it's not a theater, but it has that type of theater-like awning. On our right, we have, this is Lodges Albany's oldest store on our right. Hosiery, underwear, outerwear, textiles, and more. We have the Hollow on our right-hand side, bar and kitchen. The Bishop on our left-hand side, Empire Live on our right. We're treating this as a stop sign, even though it was a yellow light. We're just slowing down. I'm gonna make a left-hand turn coming up. Not this block because it's a one-way, but the next block. We just passed Orange Street. Speaking of theater, check out this theater on our left-hand side called the Palace. Pretty cool looking theater. I like the style of it. I like the signage. Albany Symphony box office. Let's make this left-hand turn right here. We're on Chapel and Clinton. Chapel Street and Clinton Ave. Albany is located at an elevation of 141 feet above sea level. The total area that Albany covers is 21.94 square miles. We're at Chapel and Orange Street. We're going to continue moving forward. The population as of the 2020 United States Census here in Albany was 96,860 people. Shout out to my homie V Tenant and Shells. They were once residents here. We're passing Chapel and Sheridan Ave. The very first time I ever came here, it was a 4-hour drive from Philadelphia, PA, was to come visit my homie V Tenant. We're at the intersection of Chapel and Columbia. So this is do not enter in front of us, so let's make this right-hand turn. Check it out, we got some row buildings on my right-hand side. Some brick buildings. Now, earlier on, you recall me talking about the egg-shaped performing arts center. So they say it's egg-shaped. I'm telling you what I see from afar. From afar, it looks like a saucer. It looks like a flying saucer on lean. Look, there's a canoe on my left-hand side. Yeah, like something from Men in Black. Like a flying saucer crash landed in Albany. We're at Eagle Street and Columbia Street. I'm telling you, it looks straight up like a saucer. I don't care what nobody say. Yo, let's make this right-hand turn. The first time I came here, this is a dead end, but it's cool. Y'all get a chance to see this building. Yeah, the first time I came here and I saw that, I was just blown away. I was like, what? All right, so this is a dead end. We're going to finesse a U-turn. Looks like there's nothing but there's a parking garage on my right back here, private parking on my left. Yeah, let's make a U-turn here. Look at, there's a private parking lot right here that we're going through. You get a little idea of those tall buildings from afar. There's nothing really extremely tall here, but they do have a nice sized little downtown. Bigger than a lot of the small downtowns that I've been to, but smaller than a lot of the massive downtowns. The mayor here is Kathy Sheehan. What is Albany known for? In 1797, Albany became the official capital of New York State. Since then, Albany has been a center for banking, railroads, and international trade. 4 New York State governors went on to become president of the United States. Wow. So that goes to show you, 4 governors ended up becoming president. All right, we're on Elk. Let's make this right on Elk. There's a nice little park right here. We just came off of Eagle, Elk and Eagle. Look at this. Site of 1 Elk Street, residence for New York's governors, Enos Throop, 1830 through, it says 1830-2, whatever that means. Washington Hunt, 1850-2. Horatio Seymour, 1852-4. And Mayor J. Stevenson, 1826-8. I don't know what the -8-2-4 means, but New York State Bar Association. These are some nice buildings on my right-hand side, as well as a nice park on my left. Look at, they have functional shutters on my right. They're functional. They have the hinges, and it's on a nice brick building. Those buildings are actually 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. 4 stories, yo. You got a nice sidewalk. You got some brick lined sidewalks. They have little lawns, like little 6-foot lawns, 6 foot by probably like 14 feet wide. We have a nice building on our left-hand side, cherry-colored stone. So what is the meaning of Albany? In Latin baby names, the meaning of the name Albany is from Albanus, meaning of Alba, an ancient Latin city, Alba Longa, whose name derives from albus, meaning white. Saint Alban was Britain's first martyr. We're approaching Hawk Street. We're at the intersection of Elk and Hawk Street. So it looks like we have the state capitol on our left-hand side. I'm not going to see that just yet. I'm going to go a little further forward, and then we'll come down towards the state capitol. We have Children's Place at State Ed on our left. Legislative Bill Drafting Commission is located on our right-hand side. We're traveling about 16 miles per hour. We just hit South Swan Street. We have the Swan and Elk parking lot on our right-hand side. This is a one-way, so we're gonna go up one block, then make a left, then we'll come right back down. Check for parking prohibitions. Was that what it said? We have the parking meters. A lot of parking spaces back here. I'm assuming it's for probably like the state officials, people who work in downtown. All right, let's make this left-hand turn. We just passed the Albany Institute of Art History on our left. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn. I'm gonna try to make an exaggerated left on Dove Street so that you guys can get a good look at this Albany Institute of History and Art. You see right there on our left with the cars parked in the lot. That's it right there, Albany Institute of History and Art. Albany is on the west bank of the Hudson River, about 10 miles south of its confluence with Mohawk River, and about 135 miles north of New York City. Now, if you haven't took a look at New York State, it's a huge state. It's big. Let's make this left-hand turn. We're at Washington Ave, coming off of Dove. Let's make this left. We have Jack's Diner on our right-hand side. I see another restaurant on our right-hand side. New York Insurance Association on our right. Fast NY. So that's the Firefighter Association of the state of New York on our left. One Commerce Plaza on our left. On our right, we have a pretty cool looking building. State office building. Historical building. Wow, look at this on our left. Sheesh. Talking about Greek Roman times. Like, that's what that reminds me of. Look at all those Corinthian columns holding it up. Hold on, let me pull over. Because there's a lot of cars. A lot of cars behind me, and I don't want to be rushed looking at this. Wow. That thing is massive. State education building? Really? Really? All that for education? That thing is huge. I'm going to take a picture. Oh, man. It's so big that it can't fit in my shot. Yo. Oh, man. I'm going to have to reverse some. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to try to reverse to the corner because I want to get a picture of this, but I want it to all be in the shot. We're next to a park on my right-hand side. All right. Wow, you see how big that thing is? It spans the whole block. All right, perfect. Now it's in my picture, but guess what? The buses are in the shot. Move, bus, move. Come on, bro. Pick them up and go. Too fast. Too furious. All right, right here. 3, 2, 1. Say cheese building. Cheese. Provolone. Swish. Americans saying got it. That was a really nice shot. All right, let's go forward. We can continue. That's an awesome building. Man, is that an awesome building. That thing is phenomenal. Holy smokes. That should be the White House, right? Like that thing look like an emperor lives there. The amount of marble, slate, granite, whatever materials they use, that stone. And this on our right is, I believe, the Capitol. Capitol Hawk Bus Plus I-Ride bus station on our right. We just passed Chancellor's Hall on our left. This is the Capitol, y'all. This thing looks amazing. We're on Washington Ave. I've seen my fair share of capitals across the country. This one does not let down. Wow, look at this church right here. This church right here is dope. It's a dope church. Birthplace of modern electricity. Word! Get out of here. I just passed a sign that said birthplace of modern electricity. Get out of town. Or in this case, get out of Albany. Wow, we're right here, y'all. The mansion. Well, it looks like a mansion. The Capitol is on our right. There's a lot of people on the lawn. I'm going to finesse. I'm gonna finesse this left. Skirt, skirt. Please, excuse me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Pip, pip, chittios. Good day, mate. Crikey. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn. We're on Eagle Street. I'm gonna make this left, right? That block we was already on, State. But the only difference I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna flip our vehicle around so y'all can see the Capitol from the front. We're waiting for this red light to turn green. So Albany settled in 1614, which is 408 years ago. It was incorporated in 1686, 336 years ago. So the amount of land versus water, it is 21.40 square miles of land versus 0.53 square miles of water. So remember we were talking about elevations earlier? Elevation 141 feet above sea level, right? The highest point of elevation here, let's make this left-hand turn on State. The highest point of elevation here is 378 feet above sea level. The lowest point of elevation, which is by the Hudson River, is 2 feet above sea level. We got cars behind us, guys, so please forgive me for traveling a whopping neck-breaking 19.3.5 miles per hour. We're at State and Lodge Street. We got Trustco Bank on our right-hand side. We have a Hilton on our left. So we're going to go forward probably another block, make a right, and try to finesse ourselves to come back around the block so we can face the Capitol. We're going downhill right now. This is probably like a, oh, nice classic on our right. That thing was balling, pimping. We're probably like at a nice 3, 4, 5% decline. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on Pearl. We're on State and Pearl. There's no sign. Oh, yes, there is. I was going to say there's no sign telling us otherwise, but it says do not turn on red. So we're going to wait here patiently. We still got pollen flying everywhere. I wonder what's up with that. This is the first state that we've actually experienced pollen everywhere. Like right now, there's pollen all over the corners. You guys probably can't see it because the camera doesn't do justice. But like basically it looks like giant cotton ball snowflakes. We're passing Howard Street, South Pearl and Howard. We got Berkshire Bank on our left-hand side. We're approaching Beaver Street. Remember Leave It to Beaver? We're at Pearl and Beaver. I'm going to merge right. On our right-hand side, we have the MVP Arena. We have Jubilee Jewelers on our left. We're approaching Hudson Ave. We're at the intersection of Pearl and Hudson Ave. We're going to make this right-hand turn to go around the block like I originally wanted to. Oh, this is gonna be a fail. This isn't gonna take us around the block. This is gonna take us on the highway. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make a left and come all the way around. Oh, but there goes that John. There goes that flying saucer egg dome John. The John I was talking about? You remember? Right there on my right hand side. I don't know if y'all can see it from the side. You see how that thing's sticking out? That thing look like a saucer. I don't want to hear it look like no egg. It look like a saucer. It look like a clam, if anything. Let's make this left-hand turn. All right, so we're going to go around the block just so that we can go straight back through State Street. So if you're from Albany, you're considered an Albanite. Sounds like an alien from another planet. Greetings, fellow Albanites. So, of the population breakdown from the 2020 United States Census, it appears that the most recent might be 99,224 people. Let's make this left-hand turn. That breakdown per square mile would be 4,506.84 people per square mile. So this city is known for its architecture, commerce, cultural institutions, and higher education and rich history. It is the economic and cultural core of the Capital District of New York State. Let's continue moving forward. We have a green light. So we're passing this MVP arena again on our left. I guess some type of sports team plays there. I'm not familiar with sports, so I wouldn't be able to tell you who plays there exactly, but check out the large LED displays they have on our left-hand side that's being operated by tax dollars. Say nah. All right, we're at Beaver. I wonder if I can make this left at Beaver and just come around so we ain't got to see the same block once again. It looks like I might be able to. Hold on. Give me a second. I just want to see. We're going to allow this older gentleman to cross. Yo, my man has some intricate sandals, like if he's from like the Roman era days. Yo, they like strapped up and they strap around his ankles and oh. Yo, you can't pay me to wear those things. But more power to you, brother. He more comfortable with it. So the Hudson River was originally inhabited by Algonquin. How would you say that? Algonquin speaking Mohican who called it, you ready? Pempoto Wotwahut Mukhankanted Nu. I don't know, man. I quit. Let's make this right hand turn on Lodge Street. That's one heck of a name. All right, we're at this red light, so let's wait here patiently. Somebody was turning. I guess that's a two-way street, and I didn't know. I was mobbing out in the middle of the street. The City Beer Hall on our left-hand side. All right, we're at Howard. This past Howard. Let's continue moving forward. New York has an effective statewide crime rate of 385 per 100,000 people as of the year 2009. Albany's violent crime rate is nearly on par with Rochester. 1,028 crimes per 100,000 people versus 968 crimes per 100,000 people in Rochester. So Rochester has slightly less crimes, like 40, 50 less crimes than here in Albany. All right, let's make this left. We're back on State Street, also known as Jack's Oyster House Way. We just passed St. Peter's Church, and now we're facing the Capitol. I came back around just so that you guys can get a better view. Hopefully the trees don't steal your enjoyment, because the trees are blocking the front of the Capitol. Ouch. See, that's the Capitol right there on my left-hand side. It looks cool. It looks like it belongs in like England. like in the UK or something. Pretty cool. There's a statue on my right hand side. All right, so we're gonna continue moving forward, and then we'll make a left when we get to the corner, so we can go behind the Capitol. This is the Capitol on our left. Oh, let's slow down here. Albany's geographic situation roughly equidistant from New York City to the south and Montreal to the north, about 4.5 hours drive east to Buffalo and 2.5 hours drive west to Boston, makes it a convenient stop for nationally touring artists and acts. The Palace Theater and the Egg are mid-sized forums for music, theater, and spoken word performances. Let's continue moving forward. Let's make a left once we get to the corner. That's that enormous building on my right. I'm still blown away by that thing. That thing is crazy. Now, the first time I came here, I didn't explore downtown. Remember I said that I came to visit my buddy? I never came downtown. Like, we drove by, we saw that big egg/saucer shaped thing on the highway, but we never really explored downtown. This is the first time ever exploring it, so it was actually quite interesting to see it from afar, but then to be in here, it looks a lot bigger than what I thought it was. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be a lot smaller, but all right, so we're going to continue moving forward. Let me turn on the air conditioner so we can get some air, because we're stuck at the light, and the sun tends to heat up the windshield and overheats the camera. The windshield acts as like a magnifying glass, and I don't want my camera to overheat midway throughout the tour. So if for some random reason this camera stops, and it just stops abruptly within the hour, because usually I try to keep these tours at an hour long, just know that it overheated, and I'm not gonna recontinue it. All right, I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on Dove. We're gonna continue up Dove. As you can see, he just just cut out right there in traffic. He didn't even know what was happening. We're passing Spring and Dove. We just passed Rosanna's Kitchen. Damn, we got a gentleman right there with super long dreadlocks. His dreadlocks are to the bottom, midway of his calf. He's probably 6'1", 6'2". It goes way below his 3X t-shirt line, way below the middle of his knees, damn near to his ankles. My boy got some long dreads. We got some nice buildings on our left, buildings on our right. They look like row-style buildings. A variety of finishes, from bricks to original bricks to the stone, whatever stone they used to line them with. We have Emmanuel Baptist Church on our left. So are there any notable people from Albany, New York, other than my homie V Tenant? You know what I mean? Shout out to V Tenant, because if V ain't Tenant, then you ain't get it done right. You heard? Yeah, V tints vehicles, wraps vehicles, and he also wrapped my Supermoto plastics for me on my birthday last year. Appreciate that, dog. Yeah, so check this out. Notable people. They're in alphabetical order. Oh my gosh, it seems like it's a huge list. I'm going to just name a handful of people. I'm going to just start randomly naming people. I can't even pronounce the first one. Theodosia Burr Alston, Robert M. Sell, Yassine M. Aref, Taina, Ashley, Emily Axford, Edwin C. Bailey, Lise Bang Jensen, William T. Beaver. Let's continue moving forward. So we got the Capitol on our left. We got Empire State Plaza, Governor Nelson A. Rockefeller on our right. Wow. Lewis Boss, Frederick Brennan, I don't know any of these people. Mark Bristow, Leslie Brown, John Berg, Donald Ewan Cameron, Mandy Carter, Angelica Schuler Church. No. Melissa DeRosa, Marcus DeSano. Tons of people. I'm talking about the list is long. But I just don't know anyone off the back. I'm trying to see if I see anyone that I know. Nah, I don't see anyone that I know thus far. And it's a huge list. Oh, there goes that egg thing, whatever you call it right here. Look at it. Doesn't that look like a saucer? All right. Now maybe because I look at it from this angle, it kind of looked like an acorn or something. Yo, look at it. Nice view. We got a nice view, and I see the I Love NY sign in reverse, and this is the Capitol on our left-hand side. Yeah, let me pull up to the I Love NY sign just a little bit so that you guys can see what this little plaza looks like. Look at it. See it? See it? I don't know if y'all can see. There's a couple tall buildings, but they're not that tall. So you got another famous person from here, William Devane, Gregory Maguire, Andy Rooney, Charlene Woodard, Martha Quinn, Sonja Morgan, William Kennedy, Kirk Douglas, Maureen Stapleton, David Heiss Pierce, Mickey Burke, Harold Good, Edward Burns, I don't know none of those people. John McTiernan, I think. Yeah, I don't really recollect any of those folks. I'm traveling about a nice 9 miles an hour, just so that you guys can take in the environment. We're at State and Park Street. Looks like we have a group of what could be college students on our right. They're probably part of the sports team because they're all wearing sports gear, shorts. They have a basketball in their hand and so on with backpacks. So they're all students. All right, so we already went around this circle. Unfortunately, it looks like we've pretty much escaped a good amount of downtown. I'm going to go straight, one block, make a right, and try to come back up this block, Eagle Street, because I don't think we went through Eagle Street, or did we? I don't think we went through Eagle Street, but if we did, well, let's see it again. All right, let's continue moving forward. Green light. We're passing Eagle Street. We have those rental bikes on our right-hand side. Can I make it right here? Let's see. We're at Lodge. There would have been a no entry sign, so I guess so. I'm gonna make it right once we get to the corner. Yeah, we came out from here. This is that block that they almost turned into us right here. This is the City Beer Hall in front of us. That's a really nice building to call it the City Beer Hall. All right, so what's crime like here? What's the crime rates looking like in Albany, New York? I know some people are concerned about crime. We have what looks to be like mother, daughter, and possibly granddaughters, maybe. That look like that look like 3 generations of women. All right, so Albany, New York receives an F rating based on areavibes.com. The total crime rate is 56% above the national average. Property crime is 41% above the national average. Those numbers aren't so bad when you compare them to like Chicago, Detroit, LA, and so on. They're pretty reasonable numbers. Part of me wants to go left. Part of me doesn't want to get stuck on the highway. But part of me also wants to show you guys that egg-shaped thing. Albany Capitol Center on our left-hand side. I think I'm going to get on this, guys. And if it takes us to a highway, let's just take the first exit off. It is what it is. Albany Medical College on our right-hand side, where the dude's standing with the tie-dye shirt, and we're next to it, guys. Oh, man, horrible view. I'm about to bust a U-turn. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I should have just took the other exit. Let me just keep on going forward. Man, if I knew this, then that other one, I would have took it. This is just taking us away from the egg. I thought this was going to take us straight through the egg, or straight by it. Unless, I can make a turn. I can make a U-turn here. It's behind us. Yeah, bet. All right, I'll make a U-turn. And then, since we covered most of downtown, I'm going to head back to this direction and see if I could ponder my footsteps and go in reverse, like reverse engineer my old trip here. Oh, that's fire. You see it? You see it? That looks crazy. Now, I don't know. The first time I saw that, I was like, man, that looks like a UFO. I went to V's house. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. But now look at it. It kind of looks like it looks like a football, maybe like a bowl. There you go, bowl of cereal. It looks like a bowl. But that's decent. Y'all see that? So that's a theater. That's a performing arts theater, which is quite interesting. Potholes, potholes, avoiding potholes, not drunk, swerving. So key findings show that violent crimes in Albany are 133% higher than the national average. In Albany, you have a 1 in 28 chance of becoming a victim of crime. Albany is safer than 6% of the cities in the United States. We have a Ford Focus in front of us here. They went all out. They got the dual exhaust, the body kit, the rear aftermarket smoked LED lights. Is it stick shift? It better be stick shift, bro. You put all those little knickknacks on it, trying to look like Fast and Furious. You might as well have went all out and made it stick shift. Please let that be stick shift. You better roll back. And we on the hill. I want to see you roll your boat gently down Albany. You better subscribe and turn on your notification bell. If not, why you hating on me? Say no. I'm a rapper. Flavor, Flav. Go. Roll, bro. Roll. Yes, it's stick shift. Woohoo! I'm not a fan of the body kit, but let me see. Second gear? Yeah! Stick shift. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, if you're going to have a car that looks like the egg behind us, like a space shuttle, you might as well have that bad boy be stick shift. He got rims on and all. Yo, he got the side body kit. He went all out. He said, I'm all in or nothing. All right, so I think we saw a good amount of this downtown area. We're going to go, I would say, a handful of blocks forward. I'm going to make one of the first lefts that I can make that looks like it's going to take me to a residential neighborhood. And I want to explore the left-hand portion of Albany within the remaining time. Year over year, crime in Albany has decreased by 3%. What's the employment situation like here? Albany, New York, based on areavibes.com, receives a D rating. Income per capita is 12% below the national average. Unemployment is 1% below the national average. That's actually not bad. 1% below. I mean, I'm sure when we talk about percentage, it sounds like a little bit. There's probably a lot more people unemployed than that 1% is, showing. You think of 1%, you think of very little. It's probably a lot of people still. But I've been to areas where I saw 80% unemployed, 120% unemployed, 180% unemployed. I think I was in one area that was over 200% unemployed. So, yeah, it's pretty good numbers. The median household income in Albany is 23% lower than the national average. Male median earnings are 41% higher than female median earnings. All right, we're at Washington Ave. I'm going to continue to go straight. I'm going to go straight another 3 or so blocks rather than making a left here because we already made a left here. I'm going to keep on going straight. This is Dove. We're at the intersection of Dove and Washington. The poverty level in Albany is 69% higher than the national average. What's the education system like over here? The education system, Albany, New York schools receive a D- rating. Average test scores are 12% below the national average. Bachelor's degree is up 23% above the national average. So that's good. It's good to see it up. Key findings show that there are approximately 41 public schools in Albany. That's a lot of schools, bro. I didn't know there was that many schools. We just passed the Albany Public Library, Washington Avenue branch on my right, and the Sports and Convention Arena venue on our right. We're passing Lark Street. We have a business on our right called Curry Leaf. We have Albany News on our right. We got several other businesses on our right, such as Boost Mobile, Central Discount, Central Deli and Grocery, Taste Pan Asian, Palagree Hair and Braiding. There's a little set of flags on our left, a little park. We passed Tattoo Piercing and Barbershop. All right, let me see. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to make a left. I think this is going to be my opportunity to make a left. I'm going to make a left-hand turn. 87.3% of people in Albany have completed 8th grade. 86.5% of people in Albany have completed high school. 37.3% of people in Albany completed a bachelor's degree. So we're still going to wait for this light to turn green. So cost of living. Cost of living receives a D+, 3% overall above the national average. Let's make this left. We got a green light. Well, the bus is definitely not going to let us. That's a typical public transportation bus driver for you, though. All cities are just like that. They ain't got no shame in their game. They out. But listen, you on the clock, bro. If you on the clock, you might as well just chill. They got Townsend Park on our left-hand side. Albany 300. I guess it was made in 1686. Townsend Park, named in memory of Mayor John Townsend. 1829 through 18. Does this say 1880 or 1830? It can't be 1830 because that means that he's like 1 year old. Either that or it was made within the 1 year because my man wasn't born for 1 year. Yo. So key findings show that the cost of living in Albany is 3% higher than the national average. Albany housing is 7% lower than the national average. New York general sales tax is 21% lower than the national average. We had True Images on our right. All right, so we're going to drive around and see what we witness in the random surrounding areas. Oh, there's a whole bunch of skateboarders over there busting tricks. Say it again. Tricks. Ficka. Tricks. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. 12 hours later. We're at State Street and what's this? Henry Johnson? Look at, they're all over there on skateboards, busting tricks. They're like, Tune, please, no more. My ears are bleeding. Please, no. So we're driving through a pretty nice looking park. Looks like it reminds me, we have a few parks like this in Philly, but it's giving me Hunting Park vibes. They got nice play sets over here, little swings. There's a dude randomly over here on my left checking his text message. Oh, somebody was walking on a line. There was a bro over there barefooted. Bro, you barefooted. He was barefooted with some like carrot top red hair. He was practicing, you know, when they tie a rope, you know, rope walking or rope crossing or whatever you call it. This is a two-way. Now, one thing is Hunting Park, it's not like this. It's not two-way. It's like this, but it's just a one-way type of deal. Fairmount Park is kind of like this. We got a couple parks like this. Albany, Union. Should we go left? Should we go right? Should we go straight? Let's go right and then make a left. Yeah, I don't want to continue traveling through a park because there's not much to see in the park. But it's cool to know that this park exists. I like this property right here on my left-hand side. I kind of want to snap a picture. Can I take a picture? Yes, sir. Boom! This picture is bomb. Boom! I like the center placement of it. Let me zoom in, try to get a little better picture. 3, 2, 1. Say cheese. Banging picture. Okay. Let's make this left-hand turn. Can I make a left here? Yes? No? Maybe? Is that a dead end? Oh, it's a dead end. Dang it. It's a dead end. I was about to do some whole other stuff. All right, let's make this left. Yeah, I was tripping. We got Hawley Hall on our right. Albany University. University of Albany on our right-hand side. State University of New York. We have a dog walker on our right-hand side walking a wonderful little dog. We have a deli and grocery store on our right. Campus Convenient Deli and Grocery. We're at Lake Ave. All right, let's go a little further. Let's take it one block up. Yo, homie on the right got some blonde braids. Like he bleached his hair. I noticed that in Chicago a lot. In Chicago, they was bleaching their hair like that blonde color. We're passing Cortland Place. We're on Western Ave. I believe that has a lot to do with maybe Lil Durk. You know, Lil Durk's popular and he's from Chicago. So I think he influenced like a style. All right, let's make this left-hand turn here. .212 Marketplace on our left-hand side. We're passing Quail Street. Now we're passing J Street. Let's make this left-hand turn. Coming up. No, the next one. All-Star Pizzeria and Deli on our left. Bet. Let's make a left right here on Madison Ave. Homie on my left is extremely hot. He got his shirt off. Town Cleaners on our right. Quality dry cleaning since 1935. Let's make this left-hand turn. We're at the intersection of Quail and Madison. I think I'm going to make a right here. Boom. On Lake Ave. We're currently making a right on Lake Ave. So right now we're just cruising through the neighborhoods. Just driving around so that you guys can see some of the architecture, some of the housing design here. We're at Morris Street, Lake Ave and Morris. It's a lot of detached homes, 2 to 3 stories, front lawns, front porches, vinyl sided homes, shingle rooftops with the chimneys and all that cool stuff. All right, we're gonna continue moving forward. We just passed Morris Street. We're passing Myrtle. Currently passing Myrtle. Ouch, that was some crazy potholes and bumps. Passing Park Ave. Got some nice tree shade on our right. I love trees for the shade that they provide. I dislike trees because they stain up the car every time they drop stuff on the car. But without trees, we wouldn't have that clean air, will we? Passing Mercer, South Lake and Mercer. Passing Providence Street. We got the Opauka Gallery directly in front of us. I think I shall make a left-hand turn right here. No turn on red. I'm just gonna have to wait my turn. Gonna have to wait my turn to make my turn. All right, let's make this left-hand turn. Center for Medical Science on our right-hand side. We have an older gentleman. You saw him swinging a vest, a safety vest. David Axelrod Institute, Wadsworth Center on our right. We just passed the 13 and the 100 bus stop. Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Science on our right-hand side. Established in 1881. We have a medical center on our left-hand side, Adult and Pediatric Medical Center. We have the Hilton Garden Inn directly in front of us. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on Holland Ave. So I'm going to travel at normal speed because we have cars behind me. And I kind of want to get to more residential before this tour is up. Albany Law School on my right-hand side. Let's merge right. We're traveling at normal speed, ladies and gentlemen. So we have the city on my left-hand side. You guys can't see it, but it's off screen. Passing Princeton Drive. Past the Fisher House on our left-hand side. And there's all these pollen things everywhere flying. We have a Walgreens on our left-hand side. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on Hackett Boulevard. We have a McDonald's on our left-hand side. I'm going to make this right. There's no sign telling us otherwise. No sign saying no turn on red, so we can go. Let's go. Go ahead. Yeah, so my first time here was a cool visit. The homie V tenant showed a lot of hospitality, him and his family. They made sure we were in good shape. They made sure we were, fed. We were quenched. And we weren't thirsty and all that stuff. We chilled, we hung out. We had a ball. We had a ball here. He no longer lives here though. He moved out of state to relocate, him and his family, to, better ventures in life. And we got a chance to visit him in his new residence in a whole different state, which was cool too. They show a lot of love, they show support. Very polite, nice energy, nice vibes. Very spiritual and educated gentleman. Crafty, creative, artistic, hands-on. All right, we're on Hackett Boulevard. Let's continue to move forward, green light. And we got those particles flying everywhere. Everywhere. Like, if you're walking outside, you might as well just walk with a mask. That'll be a perfect time to have a mask. Maybe there's a tree here that emits that stuff. Because the only thing I can understand that would cause that to be floating around is trees. Maybe that grows on the trees and the wind blows the trees. You know what I mean? So we got some residential blocks on my left-hand side. We have a dog walker on my right. We have a female. She's just taking a stroll on my right also. Passing Edgecombe Street. Michael B. Fieldhouse. Pickcott Fieldhouse. We're at Rose and Hackett. We're at Clayton and Hackett Boulevard. We just passed Forest Ave. I'm gonna stop at this red light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Skirt, skirt. So it looks like we're in a suburban residential neighborhood. I'm going to make this left-hand turn. We're on Marwood. Hackett and Marwood. There you go. This gives you guys an idea of one of their neighborhoods. You got grass-lined sidewalks, two-way street, center island, two-story homes. It looks like one-story homes with attics up top. Some of them have raised lawns. Some have lawns that are a little lower to street level. Driveways. You have some residents on my right-hand side, out and about. Alright, so I'm going to make this left-hand turn on Whitehall Road, Marwood Street and Whitehall Road. And I'm contemplating on spending the next 10 minutes. We're going to go above the hour mark. We're going to go to the opposite side of the city. We're going to hit 2nd Street. We're about 9 minutes away from 2nd Street. So give or take, depending on traffic. I'm going to see what the opposite side looks like. At least document that. Because I know that my buddy V might, appreciate a little spin through of his old neighborhood and his old city. So I'm definitely going to send him this link. Normally I have to keep my tours at 1 hour long. On very rare occasions do I ever go over an hour, because it's usually a larger file, more upload time, more file management, larger file equals more bandwidth needed to upload it, but I'm going to make it happen. Oh, snap. Oh, this is a two-way. I thought this was a one-way. I'm going to make it happen, Captain. All right, matey. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Toonie SquarePants. All right, let's go. Come a chameleon. Come and go. Come. Oh, snap. They out. They wasn't stopping at all. She was looking at me. She was looking through my soul. Her eyes were piercing. We have a family on my right-hand side. Mother, daughter, and grandson. Again, another set of 3 generations. All right, we're on Hackett. Prospect and Hackett. And since I'm only doing one tour of this town, I'm not going to do another tour. It's okay if I go a little bit over. This was one of those areas where we're passing through. We're on our way to Vermont. And it was like a no-brainer. Like, I could have did any part of New York State, but I knew this was a priority for me. New York State is huge, so there's, tons and tons of towns. But I wanted to do Albany, so it was a must. We're passing Rose Court. We're on Hackett and Rose. We're about 9 minutes away from our desired destination of 2nd Street. We're going to go see what that looks like. Passing Fullerton. Let's make this left-hand turn. We're passing Joanne Court. We're at this yellow light. We're at Marwell and Hackett Boulevard. I hope you can hack it. Because if you can't hack it, you got to go. All right, let's make this left. It doesn't say no turn on red. Technically, you're not supposed to make a turn on a red light via left. You can make a turn on right. You can go right on red. But it's not like there's any witnesses right now watching me. It's not like I don't have like 4.9 million people on the World Wide Web watching us do this right now. This was shot on location in New Mexico on a green screen in Tyler Perry Studios. It's like, nah, I'm kidding. I'll kill you. Albany Academy for Girls on our right. Beth Emeth. A lot of vegetation, a lot of greenery, a lot of plants. We just passed Bethlehem. Not even Bethlehem, but Bethlehem. H-E-M. Parsons Child and Family Center on our right. A dog walker on our right hand side. Passing Helderberg. We're about 7 minutes away. We're going to make this right-hand turn on New Scotland Ave. We're at Academy Road in New Scotland Ave. I'm going to turn right. So I can actually turn right on red there. Russell Sage College on my right-hand side. We're going to make this left-hand turn coming up. Passing Providence Street, South Lake Ave and Providence. Now we're passing South Lake and Mercer Street. Notice the design of some of these houses. Really interesting designs, like from the Victorian Renaissance era. We're passing Park Ave. Now we're passing Myrtle Ave. Look at this house on my right hand side. Look at the corner rooftop. We're passing Morris. You see the corner rooftop? That circular dome structure? That was cool. Okay, we're going to continue moving forward. We just casually went through that yellow light. We got another red light right here, so we're gonna wait. Red light. Looks like we have an apartment building on my left-hand side. All right, we're going to continue moving forward. We have the green go. We got some planters on the building on my left. The window planters. Some red flowers. We're about 4 minutes away from our desired destination. Ouch. Rough roads. Yeah, when I was here last time visiting V, we tried a pretty cool restaurant. We tried, I think, 2 restaurants. One was not so cool. One was not good at all. One was near this park. I got this tray of rice and these beans, and them things was dry, flavorless. Oh no, Mario! It was not cool. Then we tried this plant-based spot not far from where he lived at. And it was banging. They made like a sandwich. I don't remember what it was. It was like a buffalo sandwich, some type of replica or whatever it was. It was banging. That joint was popping. On our left, we got a deli and grocery. On our right, we got Albany High School. Yeah, Albany High School. You already know. We got row buildings on my left-hand side. Look at row homes, vinyl siding. Not only is it vinyl siding on the front, but it's also on the side. You know, sometimes you just see vinyl siding on the front, but some of these houses are detached. Yeah, I think my boy went to Albany High School, if I'm correct. You guys could probably see him on YouTube. I think he had a viral video a couple years ago. Him doing some sort of Superman maneuver on a jet ski. I think they shared it on Facebook. I think he got like, I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are currently standing at. We just passed Lucky Tortillas, Tex-Mex, and Pizza on our right. I don't know what his numbers are currently standing at, but it was like 12 million, 14 million views on Facebook or something like that. It was a pretty popular video at the time, and I think they re-uploaded it. Somebody copied it and re-uploaded it to YouTube. So you might be able to see him on a jet ski, like floating across the water, doing his Evel Knievel stunt. We got Lo Nuestro Dominican Restaurante en la Quina de la Izquierda. Say no. It's a Dominican restaurant on our left-hand side. All right, we're passing Central Avenue. Let's continue moving forward. Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys on our right. We're passing Sherman Street. We're at North Lake and Sherman. We have the Lounge on our left. We're at Clinton and North Lake. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. Speaking of food, I'm kind of hungry, but I was thinking about, yo, homie on the left got a silky velour purple do-rag. Bro, your head ain't sweating? Like, I'm sweating just looking at you. And I wear do-rags, like black Johns though, and they don't be suede. They don't be velour. But we're at Robin. Last time I went to their most recent location, his significant other, his wife, Shelly, she made us some poppin', what was it? It was my first time eating eggplant, but it was good. It was like an eggplant salt. It was kind of like kind of with pasta sauce with like mozzarella, like a plant-based mozzarella. It was good. And then some rice. This joint was popping. All right, let's make this left-hand turn on Judson, McPherson Terrace and Judson. All right, we got some family members on the left-hand side, all sitting outside under the canopy. So it looks like we're probably in the more urban part of Albany, aka the Hood, or the Hood, D-A-H-O-O-D, the Hood. All right, so right now we're approaching 2nd. We have a grocery on our left-hand side. We're on 2nd and Judson. So let me figure this out accordingly. We're on 2nd. Let's do the top of 2nd to the bottom of 2nd. Got a couple homies on my right. We're passing 3rd Street. I think I recall this this park over here. I think this is. Hold on, let me take a double look before I assume what this is. Oh snap, Livingston. Is this a two-way? What was this where I bust a leak at? I'm trying to think. Was that where I went back there and bust a leak? I think I was with Jersey. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Too high. You don't remember where you bust a leak at? No. This is the Tivoli Apartments on our right. All right, we're at Lake and Livingston. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on North Lake. So let me see. OCD is kicking in. Second Street is over there. If I want to take it from top to bottom, I should go here to the bottom and then come back up the top. I do remember a liquor store nearby. Like right up the block there was a liquor store. Oh snap, there's an abandoned house right here on my left-hand side. I'm gonna call this tour the extendo. This is the banana clip version. This is the extended version because we going into overtime here. All right, we're at Judson, 3rd and Judson. We got abandoned house on my left-hand side, abandoned house on my right-hand side. All right, so we are currently at 3rd and Thornton. I'm going to go up to the stop sign. I'm going to make a right, and I'm going to come down 2nd. Abandoned house on my right. Another abandoned house on my right. So there's some available real estate in the area if anybody's looking to invest. Any investors, somebody with a bag of cash. You'll be investing in a capital city. Another abandoned house on my left. All right, we're passing Oak. We have what looks to be like a police station on our right-hand side. Oh, there's a whole nother lot on our left with police cars. We're at Henry Johnson. You got New York Supermarket right here in front of us. Homeowners and landlords grants available on our left-hand side. Visit community development at Albany, New York, or ny.gov. We're next to Caribbean Roy's Restaurant on our left-hand side. Caribbean Roy's Restaurant and Groceries. All right, I'm going to make this right-hand turn after the next two cars go. We got a Cadillac and then we got a Toyota SUV. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. And now we're approaching, this is 2nd Street, so we'll probably go down 2nd. We have a female on my left-hand side with a stroller. She's in the middle of the street with a baby stroller. All right, I'm going to make this right-hand turn with my luck and end up being behind me. We're passing Oak Street. For real, I feel like it's behind me. We have another bando on my left, for sale, abandoned house on my left. Another abandoned house on my right-hand side. We're at Lexington. There's a couple people sitting outside on my right. We got a kid on a bicycle on my right-hand side. We're passing Thornton. All right, let's make this left over here because, to my knowledge, none of this looks familiar. I mean, the housing looks a little familiar, like the style of the housing, but that's about it. All right, so I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on Judson. We already went through here because I remember this family right here under this tent, this little canopy thing. All right, I'm gonna move and turn left. Turn left, boom. Try to speed this up, son, before either our battery dies or SD space runs out. There's a lot of people, as you can see, though. People out walking around. We're next to New Life of Christ Apostolic Faith Church on our left. We're at the intersection of Lexington Ave and Clinton Ave. We got row homes on our left. Row homes on our right also. Alright, I'm gonna make this left-hand turn. I feel like we're going back to the same location. We're at First and Johnson. We just passed Boulevard Grocery on our left-hand side. We're at 2nd and Henry Johnson. Yeah, I think I'm going to conclude the tour here, guys, because I'm just going to be going around like a headless chicken in circles. If you guys stuck to the end of the video, you're the real MVP. Yeah, I'm sorry, V. I couldn't get it, bro. I had short-term memory. I have short-term memory, and I kind of remember things near your property, like the big park, and I remember the beer and wine spot that was up the block. I just can't figure out the orientation, and the address was on one of my older phones. We got a whole bunch of people on my right outside. The cool thing is that at least there's people out, right? People out and about. But yeah, so yeah, I don't really have a clean recollection. I think the last time I was here was 2018. We're in 2022 right now, so that was what, about 4 years ago? But yeah, thank you all for watching. Appreciate that. Show some love. This is the extendo version.